Baka pwede mo pa ilagay, nagbali sa Mercedes-Benz sa'yo. Hindi nga. At wala maniniwala. Unless kung meron siyang pirma. O yan, nagbalik ka ng Michael Kors, may pirma. Nagbalik ka ng cellphone, o iPhone 16, o pirma. Pero kung walang pirma, pwede namin sabihin, sinungaling ka, dagdag mo lang, karga mo lang yon. Nagets mo? Di ba business mo is tinda? Di ba magaling ka sa accounting?
Hindi po.
Anong hindi? Siyempre, bilang isang negosyante, lahat ng mga gastusin, nililista mo, tama? Tama yan. Lahat ng binibili mo, lahat ng ginagastos mo, everything about the business, nililista mo. So magaling kayo sa recording. And therefore, pati yung pagbabali nila, dapat ni-record mo. So paano ka maniwala na sinasabi mo overbali siya, samantalang wala pala siyang pirma?
Your Honor, may tagalista po. May sinumpaang salaysay naman po siya. Isasama na lang namin sa...
No, dapat tuwing babali ang tao ninyo, pinapipirma ninyo. Di ba? Para pag dumating yung time, magkasitahan, di madali may kumpara kung talagang signature niya o hindi. Kasi madali magsalita madali magsabi na pinabali mo siya ng ganito, pinabali mo siya ng gano'n. Paano kayo maniniwala? Kung yun ay gawa-gawa nyo lang, kung yun ay kinarga niya. Because, Mrs. Ruiz, ang dami ko na experience sa more than 20 years ko na sa programa, mapang-aping amon tulad mo, na kinakarga yung mga binabali. Dinadagdag na lang. Kunyari, nagbalit 4 na beses, gagawin nila 8 beses, isisingit kung ano isisingit. Sabihin ng trabahador, hindi ko po binali yan, sir. Kasi nga, hindi kayo uso nagpapapirma. Dapat tuwing bali, may pirma. Mas maganda pa nga, may cellphone ka naman, si cellphonean mo habang pumipirma para hindi niya ma-deny. Gets nyo? O, paano pa niya ma-deny yun? Nakapirma siya, tapos naka-smile pa habang pumipirma. Pinipicture niya, tapos pinipirma niya yung binali niya. Ganon dapat ang ginagawa niyo para maniniwala kami. Sa ngayon, pwede ko sabihin sinungaling ka. Na, mabalik tayo kay Mr. Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz, ang dami mong kasinungalingan. Babalik ulit ako dun sa sinabi ko, Mr. Chair, nag-second demotion na si Senator Jinggoy. I want this gentleman to be cited in contempt. Gusto kong makulong din to. Na-cite in contempt na si Mrs. ngayon naman si Mr.
We will make a ruling appropriately. Hintayin lang natin sa Senator Estrada. Is the gentleman done with this questioning so we can proceed
Mr.
with
Chair.
the other resource persons?
Okay na, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Major Nakar, ito yung directive ng po kanina about the ban, the LTO. Do you have anything to
Yes, Your
update
Honor.
this committee?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. As per LTO, the white van is owned by Pranilin Ruiz Garcia. Pranilin Garcia Ruiz.
So it's
As
on-
per LTO, Your Honor.
so sa
Pag-aari nila Ma'am Franz Ruiz.
kayo po daw,
Your Honor.
ngayon lang, katatawag lang sa LTO ni Major Nakar, yung daw ban ay pag-aari ninyo. Yung pinag-uusapan dito kanina, at ano bang tinawagan nyo? LTO Central Office o LTO Mindoro Occidental?
LTO San Jose Occidental Mindoro. And
So-
same time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, pati yung LTO, kausap ko rin. Same.
Pag-aari nyo daw yung pinag-uusapan kaninang ban na binanggit yung body number kanina at yung although hindi pa proven kung yun nga yung umiikot-ikot, ang tanong ng committee nga, may ban kayo?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kailan daw ko po nangyari, Mr. Chair?
Hindi, ito nga hindi. Ang ano ngayon, pinatutunayan na sa inyo nakarehistro
Opo, sa akin
yung
nga
ban.
po.
So may
Opo.
ban kayo, nag-ano kayo for hire.
Hindi po.
Ano tong ban na to? Personal na gamit
Yes
nyo?
po, Your Honor.
Ayun. Ito ba yung ban na lumabas sa litrato
po.
kanina?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yung katabi ni ano
Yes
habang
po.
nagtatapon ng basura?
Opo, yes, Your Honor.
Ayun. So yun yung ban. Nakita mo yon Pau-Pau, yung ban na sa litrato kanina?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yung ba yung sinasabi ng nanay mo na umiikot-ikot? O hindi ikaw nakakita?
Hindi po ako nakakita.
Yung nanay mo?
Opo.
So, maihahalin tulad ba natin doon sa larawan kanina?
Maaari po.
So, ngayon, inaamin nyo, Mrs. Ruiz, na meron kayong ban.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So, pwede ba natin sabihin dito na nag-utos kayo na yung ban ay umikot-ikot, umali-aligid sa bahay ni Pau Pau?
Hindi po, Your Honor. Wala
Hindi
po
niyo ba
kaming
yun?
inutusan. Wala po.
Kulay
Hindi,
puting van.
hindi nga po namin kilala yan, Your Honor, kung saan nakatira yan eh.
Ito si Pau Pau, hindi ka raw kilala kung sa kanina, wala kang anino, hindi ka ngayon alam kung saan ka nakatira. So we'll leave it at that. Alam ba nilang bahay mo? Nung nag-apply ka, siyempre, dito ako nakatira.
Opo, tinanong po nila yun nung bago po ako magpasok sa kanila.
Saan barangay ka?
Sabi ko po sa kanila, nakatira po ako dyan sa kabilang ilog lang po sa Sitio Aroma.
Ganong kalayo sa tinitirahan ni na Mrs. Garcia?
Ilog lang po ang Pag-itan, Aroma na po.
Iikot lang, 1
Opo,
kilometro.
sa tulay lang po.
1 kilometro. Maraming salamat, Major Nakar. If you can retrieve a copy of the Committee Secretary, a copy of the ORCR of the ban, said ban, under the name of Mrs. Ruiz, that will form part of the records of this committee. Maraming salamat, Major Nakar. So, we now go to the other resource persons here present. Darating pa ba si Senator Estrada? Bababa na. We now go to hintayin natin siya. What's the pleasure of Senator Tulfo?
Aakit din kasi sana kung meron pa akong mga ibang atin na mga meeting.
Sige, habang
Yun,
pababa siya, magpapanak.
sa NBI lang siguro, yung sa...
So, i-lay down lang natin ito. Council, you are aware of, as well as, Commission on Human Rights is here. Attorney Canapi, you're aware that in our jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions as well, the results of a lie detector test or a polygraph test, while not conclusive, as held in Philippine Savings Bank versus Hazel T. This is the recent Supreme Court decision, June 15, 2020, in GR 202-0049, penned by Justice Reyes, and I quote a portion. While the court held that the results of a polygraph test cannot be offered in evidence to prove the guilt or innocence of an accused in a crime, it does not mean that it has no weight at all. Unlike in criminal cases where the prosecution is required to establish proof beyond reasonable doubt, the burden of proof needed in labor cases, marami tayong dapli sa labor cases, is merely substantial evidence. Section 5, Rule 133 of the Rules of Court defines substantial evidence as that amount, quote-unquote, of relevant evidence which a reasonable mind might accept as adequate to justify a conclusion, unquote. Thus, the results of a polygraph test may be used in conjunction with other corroborative evidence to prove an allegation made by a party to a case. In this case, hindi ko na siguro dapat i-quote yun. Ibig sabihin po nito, bagamat hindi kagad determinative ang resulta ng polygraph test, ito po ay nakakatulong sa pag-determine kung nagsasabi talaga ng totoo o hindi. At kailangan din, makakatulong din po ito sa mga administrative cases, labor cases, etc., etc. Sangayon po sa Supreme Court ng ating bansa. While not admissible, it is important to understand that polygraph results are not admissible as evidence in most courts of law, as they are sometimes considered unreliable. But someone's honesty or credibility can be determined by other investigative techniques, and that include a lie detector test. Noong nakaraang hearing, pumayag po sa motion ni Senator Estrada at Senator Tulfo at pinayagan po ng committee ito na magtawagin ng NBI, at nagpapasalamat tayo nandito sila, ang Chief ng Polygraph Division, ang Assistant Director ng NBI, na mag-conduct ng polygraph examination. At voluntarily, sa tulong ng abogado rin, pumayag ang Ruiz couple na sila ay hindi kayo pinilit na pumayag mag-undergo ng polygraph test. Ganun din si Mark Toroma, si John Patrick Sambahon ay sumailalim sa polygraph examination. For the record, pagkatapos po ng hearing, inabot po ng halos alas 6 na ng gabi natapos yung polygraph test. At sa parte naman po ni Mrs. Ruiz, ito po ay ginawa kinabukasan dahil ang payo ng doktor ay wag muna dahil tumaas ang kanyang presyon. At kayo po ay pinainom muna ng gamot, Mrs. Ruiz. Tama po ba? At kinabukasan pa kayo sumailalim sa lie detector test kasama po ang inyong asawa. Bago mo magtanong yung mga kasamahan ko, gusto ko lang establish ito. Sino po si Director Papa? Yes, bakit doktor din po kayo. Si Eddie Bitero, polygraph examiner, at si John Ferran. Kayo po ang nag-conduct ng polygraph examination. Pwede po, sino po ang pinaka-senior sa inyo? Mr. Ferran, kayo po ba ay kwalipikado sa field of polygraphy? At ganun katagal na kayo nagiging polygraph examiner sa NBI?
I was almost 9 years in being polygraph examiner, Your Honor.
Sa NBI talaga kayo nagsimula?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano po ang masasabi niyong specific training nyo o certification na magsasabing isa kayong dalubhasa sa polygraph examination?
Before I been recognized as polygraph examiner of the National Bureau of Investigation, nagkaroon po ako ng maraming training po, Your Honor. At the same time, before po ako humawak ng mga kaso sa lie detection, kailangan po maka-complete po ako ng 100 subject before I recognized to handle cases pertaining lie detection po, Mr. Chair.
So, are you a member of any professional association or organizations related to polygraphy? May mga asosasyon ba kayo? ASEAN, o sa Pilipinas, o sa ibang bansa?
I have a training also galing po ng ibang bansa, Your Honor, just regarding the computerized polygraph machine conducted by Mr. Cochran, which is the senior operation of the machine we being used, Mr. Chair.
So yung computerized machine, yun yung ginamit nyo sa polygraph examination noong nakaraang linggo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
With the permission of Assistant Director Papa and Attorney Mr. Basilio, lahat po ba ng sinabi ni Mr. Peran ay inyong kino-confirm na siya isang eksperto sa polygraphy?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Yes, sir. Confirm ko po lahat na sinabi ni Mr. Peran.
And are you aware of the findings made by Mr. Peran and Mr. Sino yung isa?
Viterbo, sir.
Viterbo?
Yes, sir. I confirm, sir.
So, I now revert back to Mr. Peran. Can you describe the process you followed when you conducted the polygraph examination? Ano po yung mga measures na ginawa ninyo to ensure accuracy, reliability, and adherence to the standard practice? May standard practice ba to o kanya-kanya na kayo? Pilipinas, ganito. Singapore, ganito. NBI, ganito. FBI, ganito. Homeland Security, ganito. May standard ba itong sinusunod? Sino sasagot?
Mr. Chair, can I give the opportunity to my senior...
Isa lang. Sige.
So based on our past, Your Honor, when we examine the subject, we undergoes the 3 stages of the polygraph examination as to the procedure. One, we have the pre-test, wherein the subject is being interviewed, and at the same time, the physical and mental condition of the subject is being determined by the examiner whether he is fit for the actual polygraph examination.
So kailangan po ng doktor? Kailangan ng doktor? Mas maganda may doktor o kahit wala kayo
So
na rin?
once the examiner becomes doubtful that the subject is not physically fit for the examination, for instance, if the subject is
Humihingal.
suffering hypertension, we do require him to make the blood pressure check, Your Honor.
So doon po sa parte ni Mrs. Ruiz, dahil nahihilo, tumaas ang BP, pinospon niyo muna.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever been subject to any disciplinary actions or complaints related to your conduct or ethical practices as a polygraph expert? May nagreklamo na ba sa'yo na itong si Mr. Peran, mali-mali ang resulta? sa loob ng 9 na taon kayong naging polygraph examiner? Sa inyong dalawa?
Sa Bureau po, Your Honor, hindi po namin na-experience yung ganung.
Wala
yung
pa
ganung complaint
nagreklamo?
po. Wala po.
Na mali yung resulta ninyo?
Wala po, Your Honor.
Yung ba mga resulta nyo ginamit na rin sa mga administrative cases, labor cases?
Sa experience ko po, Your Honor, mula po nung mapasa ko ng 1999, almost 5 times na po akong nag-testify po sa korte.
So tinanggap ng husgado,
Yes po.
with the consent of the councils, yung naging resulta ng inyong investigasyon.
Yes, Your Honor.
At nakatulong yon sa madaling pag-dispose ng kaso.
Yes po.
So hindi pa kayo na overrule ng husgado na mali yung inyong pinapatunayan.
So, for Your Honor, wala po ako nag-experience po ganun po.
So aside from criminal investigations, yung mga employment ng mga nag-a-apply sa bangko, yung mga ibang investigasyon, may mga nire-repair ba sa inyo yung mga malalaking kumpanya, pribado?
Meron naman po, Your Honor.
Ginagamit nila yan sa pag-hire nila, yung mga hiring process nila.
Meron po. Yes po.
May mga government offices natin, BID, kinukuha rin kayo?
Usually po kasi, Your Honor, yung sa mga agent applicant lang o sa agent applicant lang po kami nagkakandak po ng pre-employment screening po.
So, Dr. Papa, can you now affirm that the examiners who conducted the polygraph examinations that this committee is dealing with are indeed experts and worthy of consideration by this committee?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I affirm.
So, I have here in my possession the results of the polygraph exams. And with the permission of my colleagues here, siguro para to divide the labor here, the committee will assign to the two gentlemen present in this committee hearing or members of this committee. I'm now referring to the Ruiz couple. So siguro if Senator Estrada can handle the husband's polygraph examination, which you have in your possession, and then Senator Tulfo, in the interest of time, will handle the polygraph results of the wife, Mrs. Ruiz. The role of this committee would be abbreviated. If the gentleman can concur with the chair, I now give the floor to
Mr. Chair, pwede ako
Mauna
kasi
si
marami na ako nag-antay na
Senator
hearing.
Tulfo.
Mabilis lang po
Siguro
ito.
ang ibibigay ko sa iyo yung tungkol kay, if you have in your possession the results of Mrs. Ruiz.
According to age, Mr. Chair.
Mrs. Ruiz, and then ang pwede nyo pong tanungin, Senator Tulfo, since this is an official document, pwede nyo tanungin yung nag-conduct ng examination na tinanong
Hindi na,
natin
Mr.
kanina.
Chair. Nakita ko naman yung kanyang credibility. Nakita ko na yung kanyang qualification. So, I don't have to
focus
question
on
them.
Mrs. Ruiz. Senator Estrada will focus on Mr. Ruiz. And then, if you're done with your questioning, we'll let Senator Estrada jump in.
Pero bago
Go ahead.
lahat, Mr. Chair, meron na akong kikwento na reliable talaga ang lie detector test, polygraph test. Depende kung sinong agency ang gumagawa. Of course, in this case, NBI, mas lalo pa para sa akin. Although pag meron akong kailangan ipa-polygraph test sa programa ko, Truth Verifier yung ina-hire namin, which is also a very credible agency sa detector test. Ikikwento ko lang po, recently meron pong isang pamilya minasakar, yung misis pinatay ng tadtad na saksak kasama yung kanyang 2 anak. Okay? And then, na-interview ko po yung mister. Sinabi niya na wala siyang kinalaman doon sa krimen. Bakit niya gagawin yon? Bakit niya papatayin yung kanyang nanay, ay yung kanyang misis at yung kanyang mga anak? Imamassacre niya. Hanggang sa yung mga police blanco, they don't know kung sino yung suspect. Nung lie detector test ko po, yung si mister, nung makita ng mga police na deceptive siya, doon nagkaroon ng idea yung police kung paano nila atakehin yung pag-imbestiga. So, ang ginawa ng mga police, pinariinak yung father nung pamilya at doon nahuli siya. And because of the lie detector test, inamin ng kapulisan nang dahil po sa inyo, Mr. Tulfo, nung hinamon mo ng lie detector test si Mr. at pumayag, doon namin siya nakahon. Pero kung hindi dahil sa lie detector test, hindi namin siya makakahon dahil sobrang kasinungalingan parang ginagawa nito. Kumbaga, matindi sa pagsisinungaling yung mister kasi palagi niya sinasabi, bakit ko imamasaker yung misis ko at 2 anak ko? Why would I do that? Hindi pa naman ako sira ulo. Pero dahil sa lie detector test, nakahon siya. Now, having said that, ano sa palagay mo, pasado ka o hindi? Wala mo.
Ako po yung nagsasabi ng totoo.
Hindi nga, ang tanong ko lang, sa
ko
palagay
po
mo,
alam.
ikaw ba'y pumasa o bumagsak? Yun lang sagutin mo.
Basta po ang sa akin.
Hindi nga, sagutin mo lang sa palagay mo, anong feeling mo? Feeling mo ba ikaw ay pumasa o bumagsak?
Opo, pumasa po.
Pumasa.
Tulfo, matanong ko lang, with your indulgence. Nung po kayo ay sumailalim sa lie detector test, kasama po yung inyong mga abogado?
Wala po, si Attorney Mortel lang po ang nandoon.
Attorney Mortel. So, wala yung abogado nyo sa loob?
Wala po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Pero may abogado nandun, yung committee chairman, yung committee secretary.
Papirma lang noon.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
And upon your request, kasi sa ngalan ng patas na paghihiring dito, di ba, ako naghamon sa inyo at hanggang sa pumayag kayong dalawa after consulting with your lawyers. And then, sabi ko, para maging patas, hinamon ko rin yung dalawa at pumayag yung dalawa. Tama? Maliwanag. Ikaw lang, tapos aakyat na ako. Lumilitaw dito na ikaw ay deceptive. Ikaw ay nagsisinungaling. Bumagsak ka.
Tulfo, in the interest of fairness and in the presence of the Commission on Human Rights, the chairman is directing the committee secretary to furnish a copy of the polygraph results to the counsel of the Ruiz couple. Para alam nyo po yung pinag-uusapan. Patas po dito sa committee ito, bibigyan po kayo ng resulta, official result ng polygraph examinations. Comsec, pakibigay na. Tuloy niyo po, Senator Tulfo.
So, yun sinasabi kanina, nung pagpasok ko rito, ang dami tayong mga witnesses, ang dami natin pinag-usapan, pag ilang araw natin hearing, ang bottom line dito is, kung ikaw ba ay sinungaling o hindi. Ito na yung end game para sa akin. Kaya akit na ako after this, hindi na ako atin sa masusunod na hearing because for me, nandun yung satisfaction ko to prove for me and to everybody here na ikaw ay from day one nagsisinungaling at tama lang na ikaw ay nakulong sa baba at ang gusto ko mamaya pati ito mga kulong. So ito magpapatunay na ikaw ay nagsisinungaling. Period. Nakwento ko na, dagdag ulit, medyo backtrack ulit. Sinabi ko lang kanina, Mr. Chair, meron ako isang case na nasolve ko, massacre ng isang family ng dahil sa lie detector test. Dahil sa lie detector test, yung pulis alam nila kung paano atakihin yung pag-iimbestiga, nakahon hanggang sa Mr. Chair, umamin yung padre di pamilya na pinatay niya yung kanyang mag-iina dahil sa selos. Yun yun. Okay? Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Salamat, Mr. Estrada, Senator Estrada. Mr. Chair.
Salamat po. If I can cite the pertinent provision of the lie detector result, this is polygraph report 2023-046-C, signed by John Greg Ferran, polygraph examiner, and reviewed and approved by Mr. Basilio, and approved by Assistant Director Romel Papa. Ang nakalagay po dito, and then before that, yung pong abogado nyo nandun nung first attempt ng polygraph.
Wala po, Your Honor.
And then nakadalawang attempt yun eh. Yung, di ba, yung una, yung masamang pakiramdam o kinabukasan.
Wala.
Yung una, wala rin.
Wala po.
So, tatanungin ko ngayon, ang NBI, ano pong ibig sabihin ng indicative of deceptions? Who can answer this? Well, how do you explain this in layman's language?
So yung ibig sabihin po, Your
Sa
Honor,
Tagalog, oh.
ang ibig pong sabihin, nagsisinungaling po yung subject nung ibigay po yung mga tanong na nabanggit po sa report.
Ano ba yung tanong? Kung ikaw na magbasa? O
So dito po, Your Honor, sa
Ne-
polygraph test ni Pranilyn Ruiz, yung mga tinanong po sa kanya na nagsisinungaling siya ay ito po. Totoo bang lahat ang mga akusasyon o paratang laban sa iyo ni Ate LB Vergara? Ang sagot po niya ay hindi po, pero meron po siya ditong deceptive reaction.
Yung pangalawa,
Okay,
ikaw
ano
ba
yung-
mismo ang
Mabalik ko lang yung sa tanong ni Senator, if I, with the permission of the chair, mabalik ko lang yung sa tanong ni Senator Francis. Ano ibig sabihin nung indicative of deception? Ano naging reaction niya nung tinanong mo siya?
Nagkaroon po, sa polygraph tracing segment po kasi, Your Honor, meron po silang 4 na klase ng tracing segment. Isa po yung average tracing segment, yung sunod po ay reaction tracing, pangatlo po ay relief tracing, at saka yung pang-apat po ay distortion tracing. Pagka po ang subject ay nagsasabi ng totoo, usually po makikita doon yung tinatawag na average tracing.
Average
Yes po.
tracing.
Yes po, ang ibig po
Alright.
sabihin nito, ito po yung kanyang normal na tracing segment. Na kung saan,
Nagre-reflect ba yan sa ano niya?
yes po,
sa equipment?
sa chart paper po, yes po.
Alright.
So pagka nagsisinungaling po yung subject, lumalabas po dito yung tinatawag na reaction tracing. Sa
Yung?
layman terms po, reaction tracing po. Yung sa layman terms po, ito po yung nagde-deviate po yung tracing segment from yung average tracing po, nagde-deviate po kung anong klaseng pattern po yung lumalabas. Nababago po yung sinasabi kong average tracing po yung normal, nababago po yan. At the time na ibinigay po yung tinatawag na relevant question.
So, pag nagsinungaling, kuha ka agad.
Yes po.
O ito, nagtanong ako kanina kung nandun yung abogado ng first night eh. Eh sabi nyo, wala. Ito sinasabi ni Atty. Mortel, nandun ka raw, Atty. Arugay.
Nung magpapirma po, patapos na po, magpipirma ako ng
Hindi,
papel.
nandun ba yung abogado nung unang gabi na sumama yung pakiramdam mo, ipopolygraph ka sana, tumaas lang yung BP, kaya hindi natuloy?
Your Honor, I was accompanying Mr. Ruiz
Oh,
and
tinandun
the other
nga.
2 persons who were inside the Padilla
So you were
conference
there?
room.
Oo, kasi
She
kung
was downstairs, Your Honor.
No,
Kasi
but
kung-
you were present in the premises.
I was present during the conduct of...
First attempt.
at that time, can I relate
Hindi,
the sequences, Your
unang
Honor?
pakatapos ng hearing, di ba,
I was
nag-polygraph?
here from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m., Your Honor, during the conduct of polygraph examination for Mr. Ruiz as well as the 2 other witnesses.
Ano nga,
What
kaya-
about-
After that, Your Honor, we went down to
Oo,
see my
hindi natuloy
client.
kay Mrs. Ruiz kasi nga,
High blood.
high blood.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oo, so nandun, may counsel doon, di lang natuloy. Kaya kung talagang mali, di ipo-polygraph natin to si committee secretary na. Ito na yung nalilin lang tayo, naliliis. So,
We were together all that time, Your Honor.
Oh,
Me and
nandun ka.
Atty. Mortel.
What about the second attempt dito sa pag-polygraph test kay Mrs. Franz? Were you there? Were you present?
At the time that I arrived, Your Honor, they were already inside the room downstairs, Your Honor, and there was already machine that was attached to my client.
Did you enter the room?
At that time, Your Honor, I entered the room for purposes of counseling her with respect to the
You were
document
there.
that the NBI was asking her to
Yes,
sign.
you were-
After
you were
that,
pala,
Your Honor,
yan
I
tayo.
was...
may abogado naman pala
Ito
eh.
naman si... Hanggang ngayon pa ba?
Kanina,
Hanggang
walang
ngayon,
abogado.
hanggang ngayon pa, magsisunungaling ka pa rin? Ha?
May I clarify, Your Honor?
Mrs. Franz, hindi, tanongin ka lang si Mrs. Franz. Sinasabi mo rito sa committee to, wala kang abogado. Nung kinundak yung polygraph test sa iyo, pala nandun si attorney.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, nung pagsimula po namin wala si attorney, nagpapirma lang po siya, Your Honor and Mr. Chair. Saglit lang po siyang oras, umalis din po agad.
Ay, hindi ka na kasalanan na umalis yung abogado mo. Basta nandun yung abogado mo. He was the one
Nakita niya na,
Nakita niya na
alam niya
you
na
were
merong polygraph
undergoing
examination.
polygraph test. Oh. Hanggang ngayon, sinungaling ka pa rin.
She is nodding her head. So, Senator Estrada, you can proceed with
Alright.
your questioning.
Okay, sa NBI, okay. Nung kinunan mo ng who conducted the polygraph tests dito sa mag-asawa?
Yung sa babae po, Your Honor, si Greg Peran po
Sa
yung
babae?
nagkandak ng...
Sa lalaki?
Ako po yun.
Alright. Nung kinunan mo ng polygraph test ito si Mr. Ruiz, pwede bang ilarawan yung kanyang disposisyon? Kalmado ba siya? Ninenervyos ba siya?
So, nung kinunan po, Your Honor, ng polygraph examination si Mr. Ruiz, kalmado naman po siya at saka cooperative po.
Cooperative.
Yes po.
Okay. Ikaw naman, Mr. Ferran?
Yes,
You
Your
you
Honor.
conducted the polygraph test to Mrs. Franz. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kumusta naman yung disposition niya? Nervous ba? Kalmado ba? O stress siya? O whatever?
Nung una po kasi, Your Honor, is hesitant po siya kasi nga yung counsel niya that time is may inasikaso po mga documents. So, sinasabi niya na kung okay lang daw na antayin niya yung counsel niya that time. Pero
Ano?
sinabi niya po, Your Honor, na antayin niya daw muna po yung counsel niya that time.
Did you wait for the lawyer?
Si Atty. Mortel naman po nag-confirm na sumasang-ayon naman po yung counsel nila na i-undergo po ng polygraph examination si Miss Franz.
But
Mrs. Franz.
did the lawyer witness the conduct of the polygraph test?
Yes, Your Honor. Kasi alam po niya
He was
naman
there?
na
Itong si Attorney Rugay was there? Present there?
na-inform po siya ni Atty. Mortel. At the same time, nagsabi lang siya na may asikason pong mga document. Pero nag-confirm naman siya na okay lang naman po na i-undergo po namin ng polygraph examination that time po, Your Honor.
No. Was he physically present?
Yes, Your Honor.
During?
During actual examination, no po, Your Honor.
But ang sabi ni Attorney Rugay, pumasok doon siya sa kwarto.
Opo, Your Honor. Pumasok po siya.
Did you see
Pero,
him- did you see him enter the room?
yes, Your Honor.
What did he do? Did he witness it?
May pinasaynan lang po sa Your Honor ng mga documents kay Miss
And then
Franz.
he left.
And he left po, Your Honor.
So without witnessing it?
Yes, Your Honor. But before I conduct examination, Your Honor, nagpapirmo po kami ng consent or pahintulot po kay Miss Franz na pahintulot po para i-undergo po siya ng polygraph examination that time po.
Okay. So ibig sabihin dito sa resulta mo, Franelin Ruiz polygraphs indicated to the examiner that responses indicative of deceptions occurred at the following relevant questions, etc., etc. Napaliwanag mo sa amin kay Senator Tolentino ano ibig sabihin yung ng indicative of deception. So ibig mo bang sabihin nagsisinungaling si Ginang Franz?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Viterbo, ikaw ang nag-ano kay Mr. Ruiz.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ibig sabihin, nagsisinungaling sila. Si Mr. Ruiz.
Yes po.
Paano nyo yung talaga nasisiguro na talaga nagsisinungaling?
During the actual examination kasi, Your Honor, we conducted 3 series of the polygraph examination upon the subject. As ganun po rin kasi yung procedure sa paggamit ng computerized polygraph system, dapat po 3 series. So, after po ng 3 series na yon, tiningnan po naming results, consistent po yung kanyang reaction doon sa tanong na ibinigay ko sa kanyang during the actual test.
Consistent denial.
Yes po, consistent po na nagsisinungaling siya doon sa...
Consistent na nagsisinungaling.
Yes.
Pero, ang sagot ni Pablo, ang tanong mo, nakita mo ba o nakaharap ka ba nung nasaktan o minaltrato ni Franz si LV mula nang siya ay namasukan o magtrabaho sa inyo noong August 11, 2019? Ang sagot niya, hindi po. Second question, yung bang tinatago, pinagtatakpan ng ginawang pananakit o pagmamaltrato ni Franz kay LV? Ang sagot niya, hindi po. So, paano mo nalaman na nagsisinungaling?
Result na record po ng computerized polygraph system po namin.
Di ba, minsan tumataas yata yung blood, yung presyon. Is that an indication na nagsisinungaling? Hindi naman.
Hindi po. At the time po kasi, Your Honor, na nakita namin na tumataas po yung BP niya, hindi po namin itutuloy yung polygraph examination. Dahil hindi po siya suited for
Okay, can
the
you,
actual test.
kasi layman lang kami, no? hindi namin alam, we are not familiar with this lie detector test or this polygraph test. What are the indications para malaman, for us to know that the subject is lying? Aside from what you said, ano pa bang indications meron that are present?
So, nakadepende po kasi kami, Your Honor, doon po sa nire-record po ng instrumento. Kung ano po yung lumalabas po sa instrumento, doon po kami nagbibigay po ng conclusion.
You want to add, Mr. Ferran? Sige.
Assistant Director?
Dr.
To to make it simple, ang beauty ng polygraph is there are certain things that we cannot control. Physiologic ang term, pero sa Tagalog, heart rate, breathing, blood
Correct.
pressure. Ito yung mga bagay na hindi natin kayang i-control.
Yeah, will it reflect in the machine?
Yes,
Machine ba
and
yan?
yan yung sinasabi niya.
Ayun,
reading.
kasi masyadong
masyadong
malalim
technical.
yung
Then,
masyadong yung mga terms mo, hindi namin naintindihan eh.
Yung series, sinasabi niya, nagtatanong tayo ng mga tanong na alam natin na tama. Anong pangalan mo? Anong birthday mo? So nakikita yung natitrace, nakikita yung
Malalaman
tracing.
kung ninenervyos ka.
Yes.
Ayun.
However, pag gusto mong magsinungaling o pag nagsisinungaling ka, hindi mo makokontrol ang cardiac rate mo, ang breathing,
Correct.
ang respiration. So, yun ang beauty ng machine.
Yun ang
Kaya nga,
pinupunto ko.
to simplify it,
masyadong
masyadong
kumbaga
batatay.
sa
Simplify lang.
sa law masyadong Latin ang sinasabi mo, hindi namin maintindihan. Sige, i-simplify mo pa, Dr. Papa.
Kaya paulit-ulit itong tinatanong. Binanggit nila kanina, 3 series. Tinitingnan natin yung consistency, yung bang tracing ng heart rate mo, respiration, cardiac rate, blood pressure, consistent. Titignan doon, nakikita kung ano yung parte na nagkakaspike. So, pag nagkakaspike, chances of lying is higher.
Okay. In their case, siguro these two gentlemen may answer it kasi sila nag-contact ng examen. In their case, nag-spike ba yung kanilang heart rate, blood pressure?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sino sa kanila? Both of them?
Both of them po.
Nag-spike yung heart rate? So that is an indication na nagsisinungaling sila. Is that the only indication?
Before you answer, siguro, in the interest again of fairness, nakikinig ang human rights, ano yung possible impact ng anxiety, high blood pressure, stress, kung mag-undergo ka ng polygraph? Mag-spike ba o normal lang? Kasi may doktor naman kasama dito, di ba? Meron bang magiging influence yung mataas ang BP mo? Kaysa kung normal ka lang, relax ka, kung mataas ang pressure, ang blood pressure mo, baka lumabas ka sinungaling. Meron bang ganun yan?
Sir, that's precisely the reason why we get baseline vital signs bago natin i-test. And that was the reason why in the initial test, there was no test done because mataas ang BP niya. But I totally agree with you na high blood pressure, anxiety can cause it. So that's the reason why at the start, meron tayong mga standard questions.
So pinahinga muna siya.
Pinagpahinga siya.
Pinatulog muna siya nung gabi, kinabukasan
nung
siya.
time na yun, sir, yes.
So nung binipi siya, okay na yung BP niya. Kinabukasan.
I would presume. I wasn't there, Your Honor, sorry.
So the following day, Your Honor, nung bago namin in-examine si Ms. Ruiz, pinabiti po muna namin at the same
na.
nung resulta po is normal na.
Normal.
Yes po.
Okay, doktor ng Senado yon.
Yes po.
So normal siya, kaya tinuloy niya yung polygraph.
Yung BP niya po that type is 120/71 po.
So okay yon.
BP ng teenager yun. Di ba? Normal.
So relax siya. So that can result into the accuracy of the test. So, ang tinatanong lagi pag may polygraph, yung mga countermeasures. Paano magiging are there countermeasures to detect any false results or meron bang ginawang ganon? Paano yun? Paano masasagot yun? Mr. Basilio, mas eksperto kayo dito.
Good afternoon, sir. Regarding sa mga questions regarding sa unsatisfied subjects ng mga na polygraph, we conduct another series of examination by another examiner, sir.
That's called what? Countermeasures?
Yes, sir.
So, conduct din tayo ng countermeasures.
Yes, sir.
So, to really validate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, kahit hindi ka duda dun sa unang resulta, isa-subject mo to sa countermeasures para masyerto talaga na tama yung resulta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you describe briefly what a countermeasure is? To educate all of us here. Ngayon lang narinig nung iba yung countermeasure.
Yung para makasigurado ng lehitimong resulta, Honor.
Babalanse. Para kung meron duda, ito yung makakapagpasigurado.
Yes, sir. Sa actual examination, there are 2 questions to be asked by the examiner to the subject. Yung irrelevant questions that the subject can really answer yes. Truthful siya.
Pangalan mo.
Pangalan, place of birth, date of birth. Then the other one is the relevant question related dun sa issue in question.
Okay. The third?
So, kung meron tayong mga resulta na, makikita rin siya yung diferensya ng bawat isa. So, truthful versus lying. Makikita rin siya because of the irrelevant questions and the results in the relevant questions.
Paano papasok ngayon yung countermeasure? Pangatlo?
Yung pangatlo, sir, pag hindi satisfy yung subject, yun nga, sir, they can request for another examination by another examiner.
Ito ba sa mga pagtatanong natin, nakailang questioning tayo? Ilang questions? Salamat, Mr. Basilio.
Sa bawat subject, Your Honor, as requirements po kasi ng computerized polygraph system, parati po 3 series.
Tatlo. So kahit walang request, nagpasok kayo ng countermeasure. Sure.
Yes, but at the same time po kasi, Your Honor, as the countermeasure po dun sa mga involuntary movement of the subject during the actual test, meron pong parte ng instrumento na nadidetect po yung mga movement pong nangyayari during the actual time.
Yung subject naman, hindi hihingi ng countermeasure yun kasi hindi naman nila ngayon lang nila narinig na may countermeasure. Di ba? Di ba pwede, sir, pwede ba ako mag-countermeasure? Wala naman ganun, di ba? Kayo na lang yon. Part ng standard practice. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Senator Estrada.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Director Papa, can a polygraph test be manipulated?
Actually, matagal na namin gustong itry. We wanted to make a study sa Bilibid kasi yung mga known felons, magagaling magsinungaling eh. So, dito sa NBI, so far, well, in my experience with the forensics, wala pa akong nakita nag-manipulate eh. Pwede siguro, no? Pwede kung iinom ng sedative. Kaya nga, tinatanong namin ito eh, meron ka bang mga gamot na ininom? Kasi pag sedated ka, hindi basta-basta mag-i-spike ang heart rate mo, ang cardiac rate. Tinatanong namin yon. So far, sir, sa experience namin ni Lito, been with the Bureau for 29 years, wala pa akong nakita o nadinig na nagmamanipulate. Pero sa tingin namin, may pagkakataon, hindi siya imposible, pero mahuhuli mo kasi nga, pag hindi kami sa resulta, pwede namin ulitin siya. Pwede namin siya
Matanong ko, Mrs. Ruiz, pinainom ka ng gamot bago mag-polygraph? Wala gang gamot.
Wala po. 2 bisis lang ako inulit na in-examine.
Yung
Pinalitan nila
mga
yung
pagbababa
aparato sa
ng
kamay
BP,
ko.
hindi ka pinainom? Bababa ng blood
Wala
pressure?
Po. Wala po.
Hindi ka binigyan ng Senate doctor
Wala
ng...
po. Wala po.
Nagme-maintenance ka ba?
Wala po.
Wala. Okay, salamat.
Salamat po, Mr.
How
Chair.
accurate is a polygraph test?
Sir, actually, if you ask examiners from NBI, 99%, sir. We cannot say 100%.
Are there any other agencies who conducts polygraph tests?
Sir, we have PNP
PNP.
and other private corporations, sir.
All right. Who conducted the polygraph test dito sa dalawa? Sa dalawang witness?
Sir, sa 2 witness, yung kay John Mark, po ako po yung nag-examine.
Okay.
Tapos kay Patrick naman po si Greg Peran po.
Patrick Simbahan.
John Patrick Sambahan po, Your Honor.
Sambahan po si Mr. Peran po yung nag-conduct ng polygraph test.
Kasi both results indicate that there were no specific reactions indicative of deception to pertinent questions relevant to instant investigation. Both of them, ha? Ito yung ano, kay John Mark tsaka kay John Patrick. Pareho ang resulta. So, ibig mo sabihin, hindi sila nagsisinungaling.
Yes, Your Honor.
No spike ng heart rate, no spike ng blood pressure, nothing whatsoever.
Yes,
Nothing, no indication.
Tanungin ko, Senator, may ininom ba kayong gamot na ano? Ha? Nagme-maintenance na ba kayo?
Wala po.
Nag-high blood ba kayo?
Hindi po.
Ha? Hindi kayo low blood?
So, Mr. Basilio, thank you. Are these documents admissible in court?
It depends upon the discretion of the court, sir.
But are there other courts who admits these pieces of evidence as evidence in court?
For the benefit of Senator Estrada, while he was upstairs, I mentioned a Supreme Court decision as well as the ability of administrative bodies, including the Department of Labor, to admit this. Plus, this can serve as for corroborative purposes. This will corroborate other evidence. But there are courts indeed that would admit this, but not that conclusive as per the Supreme Court decision I mentioned a while ago.
So this might add probative value in this hearing, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this will just confirm that these witnesses present today, not only John Patrick and John Mark, are telling the truth. At itong mga mag-amo, mag-asawa, itong base sa inyong polygraph test, ay talagang nagsisinungaling. And that is your findings.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I'm not mistaken. All right. Maybe, Mr. Chair, I just would like to follow up the previous motion that the chair hasn't acted yet with regard to the citing of contempt against Mr. Pablo Ruiz and
For that,
yes.
the committee will take notice of all the polygraph results consecutively from 2023, that's 046, 04B, 04C. Is there a 04D? Ano ba yun nauna? All, magkasama pala yun sa spouses. So this will form parts of the records of this case. COMSEC, but before we dispose of that, there is... Yes, Senator Estrada.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Chair. Madam Franz, meron na kayong kaso na inaharap ngayon?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Anong kaso? Okay, you may answer.
Counsel to
Yes.
speak on behalf of the clients.
They are currently facing the following cases, Your Honor. First, they have a case with the CHR, Commission on Human Rights, regarding the alleged violation of the rights of the complainant. Second, Your Honor, they are facing serious illegal detention charges filed with the OCP of Batangas.
Is that bailable?
That is a non-bailable offense.
All right.
Aside from that, Your Honor, they are also facing serious physical injuries. That is a bailable offense. And they are also facing violation of the anti-human trafficking law, as well as violation
bailable?
of the... Yes, Your Honor. As well as violation of the Kasambahay law, Your Honor.
So there is only one case that is non-bailable, and that is serious illegal detention. Am I correct?
For the time being, Your Honor, but if my information serves me right, there are other cases that will be filed with the OPP of Occidental Mindoro, Your Honor.
With the?
Office of the Provincial Prosecutor, considering that the witnesses actually appeared before the said prosecutor's office. So
What are the possible charges that can be filed against your client?
I would assume, Your Honor, that it would be in the same nature, although they might refer to different time frames, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. Including serious illegal detention.
That is my anticipation, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Before we proceed, since the counsel is now holding the microphone, the chair would like to determine From your own personal perspective, has the committee been fair in terms of the proceedings? Allowing the Ruiz couple to explain, giving time and space for the Ruiz couple to counter the allegations made against them. From your personal perspective,
yes,
naging patas ba ang komite?
Maybe we can ask first the spouses before the council reacts.
We can ask, siguro kahit isa na lang magsalita sa kanila.
Hindi, si Ginang Franz.
Ginang Franz.
Naging
Naging patas
patas
ba
ba?
ang komite sa pagdinig ng kasong ito? Kayo po ba ay pinagmalabisan ng komite? Kahit po minsan tumataas po ang boses dito ng ilang mga senador, kayo po ba ay nakaranas ng pagmamalabis buhat sa Committee on Justice and Human Rights? Kayo po ba ay hindi tinrato ng maayos sa inyong pangkasalukuyang detention at sa pagharap sa committee ito? Kayo po ba ay binawasan ng karapatan habang naririto? Gusto namin marinig.
Siguro hindi mo na kailangan tanungin yung abogado mo. Dapat alam mo kung patas ba ito o hindi ba naging patas itong pandinig para sa inyong mag-asawa.
Ako po ay nagpapasalamat, Mr. Chair and Your Honor, sa pagkakataon naming magsalita na bagamat po ibang aking opinion sa mga opinion nila at minsan nakapagtaas ng boses ang mga
Kaya siguro kami nagtataas ng boses dahil nagsisinungaling ka. Wala na kami karapatan magtaas ng boses kung talaga mga totoo ang mga sinasabi mo. Nagtataas kami ng boses dahil nagsisinungaling kayo. Nakita mo na ba yung tsura niya? Lahat ng testigo, tinuturo ikaw. Ikaw at wala nang iba, kundi ikaw. Ilan testigo ito mga nandito ngayon? 5, 6, 7, 7. Pitong testigo nagsasabang ikaw mismo nagmaltrato dito kay Manang LV. Paano hindi tataas ang boses namin? Pare kasinungalingan na sinasabi mo. At meron pa tayong polygraph test na nagsisinungaling ka. Oh. Ilan yan? 7. Ikaw, sino testigo mo? Meron ka ba presenter rito? Na testigo? Na magko-corroborate sa'yo sa mga sinasabi mo? Nasasangayon sa mga sinasabi mo? Meron ka ba dinala? Kung meron ka dinala, di sana pinakinggan namin. Oh. Itong mga ito, naglabasa na lang ito dahil naawa kay Aling LV. Hindi naman namin sila inimbita eh. Nagkusang loob sila pumunta rito para magtestigo sa ginagawa mong maltrato rito kay Aling LV. Makatao ba yung ginagawa mo? Hindi na makatao yan. Makahayop na yan. Mas masahol pa sa hayop yung ginagawa mo.
May we ask the gentleman to refrain from and probably just exercise objectivity and cooler heads without offense, Senator Estrada. Alam niyo, Senator Estrada, kasi siya yung gumawa ng kasambahay law. Kaya ayaw niya rin na makita yung nagawang batas na hindi nasusunod at hindi umiiral.
Hindi lang yan, Mr. Chair. Kaya naman, I'm sorry for raising my voice. Kaya naman talaga ako umiinit ang ulo ko, tumataas ang boss ko, dahil nakikita ko itong tao na masyado mo minaltrato. Habang buhay na siya mabubulag. Hindi mo pa naintindihan? Kung sa'yo ginawa yun, habang buhay ka mabubulag, matutuwa ka? Matutuwa yung mga kapatid mo? Matutuwa yung mga anak mo? Tingnan mo. Tingnan mo yung itsura. Nung pumasok sa'yo si Aling LV, hindi ganyan itsura niya. Ilan taon na kayo, Aling LV? 44 years old lang. Pero tingnan mo itsura niya. Parang mas matanda pa sa akin. Parang 70 years old na, 80 years old na sa ginawa ninyo. Sa ginawa mo in particular. Hindi na makatao yan.
Mr. Estrada, you can have your water also, my dear colleague. So we have two pending motions here. One is this committee is in receipt of a letter of reconsideration dated 19 September 2023, order of contempt against Franelin Garcia Ruiz. So this is treated as a motion for reconsideration to reconsider and set aside the order of contempt dated 19 September 2023 against Franelin Garcia Ruiz, and to order. The prayer of the council is to order the immediate release of movant Franelin Garcia Ruiz. After having deliberated and consulted with the members of the Senate Committee on Justice and Human Rights, the committee resolves in open hearing to deny said motion. Let the council as well as the committee secretariat note that pursuant to Balag versus Senate, is a Supreme Court decision dated July 3, 2018, under GR 234608, the Supreme Court ruled that the period of detention will last upon the end of the legislative inquiry of the Senate. And the legislative inquiry of the Senate would terminate in two instances. One, upon approval or disapproval of the committee report under sections 22 and 23 of the rules of the Senate. The committee report, within 15 days after the conclusion of the inquiry, the committee shall begin to consider a report. Number two, action on the report. The report, upon inclusion in the order of business, shall be referred to the committee on rules for assignment in the calendar. Those are the only two instances. And the third one would probably mean the legislative inquiry of the Senate also terminates upon the expiration of one Congress. We're now talking of the 19th Congress. So the implication of the denial of the motion for reconsideration is that Mrs. Franelin Garcia Ruiz will continue in detention under the auspices of the Sergeant at Arms. Is there another motion?
Well, Mr. Chair, I would like to second the motion of Senator Tulfo with regard to the contempt against Mr. Pablo Ruiz.
There is a pending motion coming from Senator Tulfo, duly seconded by Senator Estrada, to likewise detain within the premises of the Senate, pursuant to the rules of the Senate, the person of Mr. Pablo Ruiz, for the same reasons as considered by the committee when it detained Mrs. Ruiz. Having considered the same as meritorious, the committee hereby approves the detention of Mr. Pablo Ruiz under the same conditions, and the Sergeant at Arms is hereby directed to facilitate the implementation of the same, subject to the appropriate medical examinations, right of visitation by relatives, as well as the right to counsel. So, approve in open session given this day of the 25th of September 2023. OSAA is hereby directed to cause the detention. Any other matters?
Yes, Your Honor. Regarding
Ay,
the
the-
directive of the Honorable Chairperson for the Commission on Human Rights to look into the alleged bullying of Danica. So our
I think Attorney Kanapi, since that was taken in executive session, we will continue with the same consideration, and after the adjournment of this hearing, we will just talk to you relative to your findings and updates coming from Mimaropa CHR relative to the child in question, because we are still under the doctrine of the best interest of the child. So, kakausapin ka na lang namin
Yes, Your
mamaya.
Honor. Yes,
And
Your Honor.
perhaps you can submit your report to the committee secretary.
Yes,
Without
Your Honor.
objections on the part of my colleagues here, Senator
Mr. Chair,
Estrada.
Attorney Granda, ano ang status ng kaso nito mga ito?
And, hindi po ito tungkol sa bata.
Hindi, tungkol dito sa mag-asawa.
Yes, Your Honor. The respondents have submitted their counter affidavit so for final investigation report na po.
You file charges immediately?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, thank you.
So we will just confer with the Commission on Human Rights concerning the matter discussed in an executive session. So without objections on the part,
Your Honor, if I may.
for the end time, although that part of the rules, will be affording the counsel of the Ruiz couple a chance to ventilate any position he may have on the matter before we adjourn. Attorney?
Your Honor, this representation would like to seek reconsideration of both orders, Your Honor. Considering that the spouses, Your Honor, have two children, one is a minor and another is 18 years of age, should both of them be sent for detention, Your Honor, at the same time, the two children will be left, Your Honor, alone in the said residence and without any means of livelihood at this time and without having made any arrangements for the welfare of both children, Your Honor. This
They have
representation-
visitation rights, Attorney. They can visit their parents.
Can you rephrase and repeat
I
what
would-
you've said, Attorney?
This representation, Your Honor, would like to move for reconsideration of the order given by the Honorable Chairman, considering that the spouses have two children, Your Honor. One is 17 years of age and another is 18 years, without anyone taking care of them, Your Honor. And given this development, this would force the said children to stop going to school and most likely, Your Honor, to languish in despair, considering that there would be no adult of sufficient age to take care for.
Wala
for
bang
both of
kapatid
them.
to si Franz who can take care of the kids?
We would
Diba, alam ko meron kang kapatid, di ba? Franz?
we will
That can take care of your children.
we would diligently search for relatives, Your Honor, if this representation will not be, if this motion will be denied, Your Honor. But at the moment, Your Honor, the two children are alone without anyone to take
They
care
have visitation rights. They can, in fact, if the children wants to join them in sleeping with them, we will allow it. We will allow them to sleep with the parents.
If that is the pleasure of this honorable committee, Your
We
Honor,
give time
I
to the council to consult again with the Ruiz couple. Mag-usap kayo saglit. We'll give you a minute or so. May we ask the Department of Social Welfare, present here, the officials, what interventions can you do to protect the interests of the children? Sinong head ng DSWD? Habang nag-uusap kayo, attorney, sinong head ng DSWD?
Mr. Chair, Ako po ay from Occidental Mindoro, PSWDO. Actually, nakikipag-coordinate sa akin si attorney sa CHR para po i-locate yung dalawang bata. So, tatlong beses kami nagpunta sa kanilang bahay. Wala po doon yung si Mr. Ruiz at saka yung dalawang bata. So, naandun naman...
So, ano ibig sabihin po, wala sa bahay?
Wala po sa Occidental Mindoro.
Meron kayang kamag-anak na pinuntahan?
Actually, ang kausap po namin yung sister ni Miss Franz, si Nene, na siyang nagtitinda at saka nag-take charge dun sa kanilang tahanan.
Hindi, wala ho kayang nilipatan yung dalawang bata?
Actually, wala po kaming makuhang magandang sagot kasi actually binigay din sa amin ang number ni Sir Ruiz. Pero
Can we discuss this at the conclusion of this hearing in an executive session with CHR and the SWD?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, meron kayong kapatid, Mrs. Ruiz, na naiwan sa inyong lugar. Meron din po kayong kamag-anak kaya na pinuntahan. Hindi pwedeng hindi nyo sagutin to kasi ayaw naman natin mapahamak yung mga bata at we're always after the best interest of your children. Kung merong tinutuluyan sila ngayon dahil di sila makita ng DSWD, ayaw natin silang mapahamak. Gusto pa natin silang matulungan din at mapunta sila sa mabuting kondisyon. So, kung yun ang inaalala ni attorney at meron ka namang alam na pinaglipatan sila na kumupkup sa kanila ngayon, kung ano may tutulong ng DSWD at Commission on Human Rights, hindi po natin naharangin yan. Bagkos, gusto pa natin silang matulungan, magpatuloy ang kanilang pag-aaral at mapalagay sila sa mabuting kondisyon habang kayo ay nasa piitan.
Mr. Chair, and besides, if I may interject, Mr. Chair, yung anak ni Franz, yung nagtestigo in executive session, nasa tamang edad na, 18 anyos, alright? At nakatira sa dorm. So, she's already independent. Nakatira sa meron kaya apartment, sariling apartment yata, di ba? Nangungupahan.
Umalis na ba o nandun pa? Kasi may report sa akin ditong wala na.
The older child, Your Honor, is living in the same apartment in Batangas. However, since the time that the issue broke out, there was no more available housing.
Who is she living with?
At present, Your Honor, she is accompanying Mr. Ruiz in coming to the Senate, Your Honor.
Sinong kasama nung anak niya ron sa Batangas?
From the time that Mrs. Ruiz was detained, they were both in the custody of the father. So they were following him from Batangas, going back to Pasay and to Batangas again, Your Honor.
Yung kapatid ni Franz?
The sister, Your Honor, is left in Mindoro, Occidental, Your Honor.
To take care of the business.
To take care both of
maybe
her,
we can
household.
We can ask Mrs. Franz to talk to her sister to take care of her children.
Yung isa pa, meron pa isang bata?
Mr. Chair, dalawa po yung anak ko. Sila lang po dito. Kasama nga ni Mr. ngayon nandyan. Kung saan si Mr. dala-dala niya.
Panggitin kasi dapat maprotektahan natin yung mga bata.
Kasi wala po silang kasama.
But the committee, as intimated by Senator Estrada, will provide extra space for the children if they so desire. If the parents would also desire to have the children with them in the premises of the Senate. But again, DSWD, Commission on Human Rights, I think you should both coordinate on how to protect the best interests of the child, how to ensure that they continue with their studies, how to ensure that they have the same allowances received before, and how they should be prevented from being quote-unquote bullied likewise because of the presence of social media. Hindi po natin gustong sirain yung pag-aaral ng mga anak nyo. Napakalayo po sa isipan ng committee yan. Gusto pa namin maprotektahan yung inyong mga anak. Kaya pinapahintulutan namin po sila na kung gusto nyo makapiling dito sa premises ng Senado, ay yun po ay pahihintulutan. Senator Estrada?
Malaya silang bumisita sa inyo araw-araw, gabi-gabi, minuto. Kung gusto nilang matulog dyan sa Senado, sa inyong piitan, we will not question it. That's enough.
We will submit, Your Honor,
Alright.
and we will coordinate with the CHR regarding the welfare of the children. Although, for the record, we will not be bringing the children to the detention facility since the same may have certain effects, Your Honor, with respect to...
May you get opinion of the human rights? Is that acceptable?
Apo, yes.
Yung pagbisita. Kasi meron, hindi naman natin tinatanggal yung visitation rights ng immediate families, especially the minor children. No. Okay naman na matulog sila kung gugustuhin ng mga bata dun
Yes, Your Honor.
kahit meron separate room.
There is a separate room para hindi maluwag-luwag naman.
May,
sa akin, do that.
meron bang
In general,
separate room yung
may isang kwarto para sa
mga bata just in
na
case
hindi
gusto
naman sila
matulog?
nakapiit, na may tutulugan lang sila.
May kama or whatever, ha?
So, may kwarto naman na hindi kailangan kasama sila. Yung pwede silang, they're not considered as detainees. They're considered as visitors.
Yun, papayagan namin yun. Buti nga, kaya may aircon pa, kami wala eh.
The arrangement, Your Honor, that we have in mind would have to be in Batangas so that the children could continue with their school, Your Honor. So going to Pasay would be difficult, Your Honor, since...
Will the DSWD supervise the children to ensure that they go to school? Hindi naman yung maglakwat siya na lang o mapabayaan. As secondary parents, the DSWD, can you act as loco parenti?
Your Honor, it was turned over already to CSWDO. Yung dalawa pong bata at saka yung pong case ni Nanay LV. So
CSWDO is here.
Opo. Yes po.
So, can you take cudgels for the children?
Hello po, good morning po. Yes po, Your Honor. We already conducted po ng school visitation
Yung
last...
school, hindi, ibig sabihin ito, pasyalan doon kung saan sila nakatira, siguraduhin pumapasok sila, mapangalagaan din yung kanilang pangangailangan.
Yes po.
Maayos ba yung pananamit nila? Kumakain ba sila? Nag-aaral ba sila? Gumagawa ba ng assignment? Mapasok ba sa school? Hindi lang yung visitation sa school kasi visitation sa school, with all due respect, principal lang yung kausap nyo. Kailangan kausap na rito yung bata.
Ako, yes po. Ang problem lang po, Your Honor, upon home visitation po sa boarding house po nung anak ni Franz, according po dun sa caretaker ay last August 2023 ay wala na daw po dun yung bata. Kaya hindi rin po namin alam, Your Honor, kung presently nasan po yung bata.
Siguro, Counsel, pwede mong malaman yon at mamaya mag-usap ang DSWD, attorney, at saka si Human Rights para mapangalagaan yung bata. Saan ba talaga ngayon baka natatakot, nagtatago, o nasa ibang kamag-anak? Di ba? So, siguro makakatulong. Wag mo na sabihin dito na naka-broadcast sa lahat para parang executive session kayo ng DSWD, Human Rights, at ikaw bilang kinatawan ng mag-asawa, para masigurado natin na nasa magandang kondisyon yung dalawang bata. At again, kahit nag-aaral sila, yung Saturday and Sunday, pwedeng nandito sa Senado para makasama yung kanilang mga magulang. Hindi natin nahadlangan yon. And we encourage that. We will encourage that. Can we do that, Atty.? Huwag mo nang banggitin kung nasaan sila ngayon at baka hindi maganda at malaman ng nakakarami.
We submit, Your Honor.
And can this be done? Can this be explained, DSWD, to the children who are here? We'll provide a separate room for you. Do a post-hearing counseling. Right now, today, kausapin niyo yung mga bata, ito yung kinalalagyan ngayon, ito yung haharapin, at hindi naman kayo kasama rito, at kayo, bagkos kayo ay tutulungan pa. Can that be done?
Yes po, Your
In the
Honor.
presence of the human rights, in the presence of the parents as well. Although baka medyo emotional yan, alam nyo na siguro yung anong gagawin to, may training naman kayo dyan. Senator Estrada?
Wala na po, Mr. Chair.
So, we heard the council seeking another reconsideration with
I object, Mr. Chair.
the objection coming from Senator Estrada, but again, with the best interests of the child in mind, this committee hereby denies the same. Without objection on the part of my colleagues here, the Committee on Justice and Human Rights, fourth public hearing on the motu proprio inquiry to the severe battery and maltreatment of Kasambahay Ms. L.B. Vergara is hereby adjourned. Thank you.